So, Mark, congratulations on your return last weekend. Do you feel like you're back to full fitness and ready for a first league start?
Yeah. I'm still. You don't get fully fit till you play games. We haven't got a kind of reserve team here where usually I'd probably have 3 or 4 reserve games to get on with, but I haven't got that opportunity here. So pretty much I'm ready to rock and roll. Still a bit painful, but I've just got to get on with it, really.
I'm sure. How does it feel back? How does it feel to be back with the team after so long out?
Oh, superb. I've been sat up at home and training at home quite a bit, and Bristol, various different places. So to be back with the lads full time, it's just what I'm used to waking up in the morning and playing football and dressing rooms and camaraderie and a bit of banter and all that sort of stuff. I've been on the sofa for a long time, so it's awesome, yeah.
Great, glad to hear it. Was it difficult to adjust to the team setup against Needham Market when you made your return?
I went straight into my right back slot, so it wasn't too much to adjust. I was okay with that. I was fine. Definitely tough to adjust to a penalty kick when I'm trying to avoid kicking the ball at that moment of time, but with a plate in my foot. But yeah, it was okay. It was fine.
Good. And what sort of game are you expecting when Wrexham comes to town?
A tough one, as anyone. It's anything in this league. It's every team's competitive. There's no easy game, so we'll treat it like any other one.
And just finally from me, you posted a picture a few days ago actually on your Instagram about new football boots. Surely that's a good omen for the game.
Yeah, hopefully that's a good omen. Yeah, I still haven't had them on my feet yet. The weather weren't great yesterday, but I'll give them a go today. But yeah, good omen hopefully.
What are they? Nike
Phantoms, I believe. Put a little green on them to match the kit. That was the plan.
Of course. Lovely. Thanks, Mark.
No problems.
Morning, Mark. 83 Valleys Radio. We spoke a while ago when we did an interview, if you remember.
Yeah, good morning.
Not that long ago, anyway, was it?
Yeah, I remember.
At the time, you were obviously, getting fairly frustrated with the longevity of the whole situation. But has the run-in, so to speak, been easy? Has it, or is it still thrown up difficulties?
Oh, so it's certainly difficult. It's where you kind of listen to your surgeon, but your surgeon's kind of getting you back fit for normal life. Where with the physios here, you're trying to get yourself back to play football and play elite sport. So it is tough. It's painful, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining. It's part of my job.
Yeah. And how long is it? What's the final tally? Sort of, is it 18 months? As long as that or not?
18 months. What, yeah. Injury?
The time you've been out.
Oh, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah,
sorry.
not been that long.
I don't know what I got 18 months for. But you're back now. But I mean, you went on the pitch. Obviously, you were playing. Was that first kick? Was it sort of mentally difficult to sort of?
It's actually been better. It was actually better than what it has been in training, to be honest. Because in training, I'm constantly thinking about it, but in a match situation, I have to forget about it and get on with things. And it actually was a lot better than what I expected. So that's pleasing. That's good news. I hope that's the case going forward.
And presumably now, each game that you do manage to play will increase your fitness as you go along.
Yeah, of course, that's it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the manager's plans is with me, but the more minutes I get on the pitch, the better, really.
And obviously, another penalty shootout must have been a disappointment to all the lads, really, that it didn't go your way. I mean, they are a lottery. We all know they're a lottery, but nonetheless, it must have been disappointing.
Very disappointing, especially when we went into the game expecting to win, go 1-0 up, and the manner that it happened was an idea. It was all set up for me to kick the winning pen and all run into the crowd and all that sort of stuff, celebrate my return. But like you said, it's a lottery, and sometimes it doesn't go that way, and we have to pick ourselves back up and crack on. Obviously, we've got more important things to deal with now.
Well, absolutely, and obviously, as you say, Wrexham was going to be hard, but we beat them up there, so there's nothing to say we can't beat them down here, surely. Yeah,
100%. That's exactly what we're looking at. We've done it before. There's no reason why we can't do it here now.
Well, best of luck for Saturday, Mark, and I hope you have a successful return to league football.
Thank you very much, appreciated.
Hey Mark, how you doing?
All good, thanks, Paul.
Yeah. How have you found your time being here? Obviously, joined in the summer. You've not had a lot of game time, and has it been a frustrating one for you?
Very frustrating, mate. Very frustrating. I had niggles last year at Rovers, and then I just thought, right, we'll come down to Yeovil, have a fresh start, and play all the games that I want to be playing. And then I've had this innocuous injury, which the manager had never heard of before. I'd never heard of before. Wasn't a mad tackle. It wasn't a twist or anything like that. It was just an unfortunate event, which led to me going on the sidelines, which so frustrating. It's ridiculous, but the only way you can deal with injuries in any sport is you put them behind me. I've got the green light now to go and play football, so the plan is just to focus on the next 6 months.
And I think in that time, the gaffer has praised for your experience and how you've been with the youngsters. How have you found it, doing that and being kind of the older guy in the squad?
Yeah, I've enjoyed that, to be honest. It just reminds me when I was starting and how I was looking at the game, and how I look at the game now is completely different. So I just kind of out the lads through that. How to look at it. Football's up and down. We had the run where we kind of couldn't stop winning, and now we're that's turned slightly, and now it's the end of the world. But we're saying, well, less than a month ago we were unbeaten in 10. So it's just the kind of having a bit of a helicopter view and kind of helping the lads with a bit of my experience, really.
And just touch on that. How is the mood in camp? Obviously, we're on this bit of run at the minute, and we've lost Terry to Charlton. How's the mood been? It
wasn't great over the weekend at all, and I think it was a bit somber before the game as well, which we've spoke about, which has led to maybe led to the performance. But we've had a full week this week, which is quite rare at the moment. Obviously, we've had games cancelled, so the games have been coming thick and fast. But we've had a free week, and the manager's so good at this, where he's obviously upset and frustrated as much as we are, maybe even more so. But the way he deals with us, it kind of gets the mood in the camp better. We're working. We had 2 tough days, Monday, Tuesday, rest day on Wednesday. We got back into it yesterday, and the mood's fantastic. We had a fresh week. We've had 3 good days. Be the 4th today, and we've had fingers crossed that today goes well, and we've had a perfect week leading up to a game. So I can see the weekend going well, if I'm honest.
Well, I hope it does. Best luck for tomorrow, mate.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
Hi, Mark. It's Ben from the Glovers Cast. I was just going to ask about the injury specifically, really, because at the time the manager spoke about you needing x-rays, and you've talked here about surgery and plates in foot and how it was fairly innocuous. What exactly was the injury problem?
Well, it's titled a Lisfranc injury, which is kind of a cluster of joints within my foot. So I actually ruptured the ligaments that basically held my foot together. But once the ligament's gone, there's no pain. So when I was walking off the pitch, it was kind of think, well, there's no pain here. Something's not quite right, but there's no pain. Went for X-rays and scans, and the first 2 sets of people said, no, it's fine, just ice it and rest it, and it should be fine in a couple of days, which was pleasing news for everybody. But it still wasn't progressing any better, so we went to see a specialist, and then the specialist explained, unfortunately, it was a lot more serious than what we originally thought. Needed surgery. There's a plate in there now to kind of hold my foot together. So the surgeon's happy because it's so strong. There's a plate in there. It's obviously a lot stronger than it was before. But obviously I've got to teach my foot now that it does need to move. It does need to kick footballs. It does need to chop and change direction. And that's kind of a long process. Kind of odd one, really, where usually the surgeon's saying, no, don't train, don't touch it, don't do anything. But this surgeon was kind of like, no, you're strong now, go and do what you want to do. And then the physios here, if there's any sort of pain, usually you come out of training. But I've been encouraged to get through it, so a bit of an odd one, really. But like I said, excuse me, the more I get through it, the better it'll be.
what kind of a watcher are you? I know some people, when they're injured, hate watching their team. They hate not being involved. Others are right in the thick of it. What do you like to do? Sat there twiddling your thumbs on a match day?
No, I find it hard. I definitely find it hard because I'm sat watching, thinking I can help in this scenario, and I could be doing this or I could be doing that. Even when we're winning, I'm seeing things that worry me. So, excuse me. Sorry about it. Excuse me. It shows me the side of if I ever go into coaching how difficult it's going to be, because it's frustrating because you can see what everyone wants to achieve, but when it's not quite going that way, it is tough. And then when we are doing well, I want to be involved in that. When we're playing well and scoring goals and going on mad runs, that's you want to be involved in that, because I'm in the dressing room and seeing the good side of it, but I'm not the person on the pitch creating it, so it is extremely frustrating.
Whilst you were out, obviously we had Dan Moss, who was playing right back for the large chunk of the first half of the season, and he's been a real highlight of the season. He plays in your position. He was playing sort of instead of you, for want of a better phrase. Did you have any individual work with him, any kind of relationship with him, and how did you enjoy seeing him progress during the first half of the season?
I didn't manage to get too much work with him. I think I only trained once or twice with him, but I've been in the dressing room with him for months, and he was a great lad, and well, still is a great lad. He hasn't changed. He's a great lad, and I think he's got one hell of a career in front of him. So I gave him he asked a few questions, and I gave him a few answers, and my opinion, he might have took it on board, he might not have, I don't know, but he certainly got a future ahead of him, and hopefully he comes back down here when maybe further down the line.
I was going to ask a couple of questions about sort of the team morale, because it's been highlighted so many times that the team is so together and so working as a unit. Obviously, you were one of the unfortunate guys who missed a penalty against Needham Market. Morgan Williams, Sonny Blue and Ruben. How did the others rally round after that kind of moment? Were there others sort of coming to you and telling you it's okay and trying to G you up and get you back up to full confidence?
Not so much me and Rubes. I think they would have had a bit of a snappy answer back if someone tried to put their arms around the two senior boys, but definitely with Sonny and Morgs. They're not. It's more of the weight of the result. It's not the actual taking of a penalty. Morgs has probably never taken. I've never taken a penalty. Morgan's probably never taken a penalty. We're right down back at the list. Sonny's one of our technicians, and I was really confident that he would score. And it's just a lottery, and it didn't go that way. So it's penalty shootouts. It's even the biggest players in the world. Beckham misses them. It's like it is what it is. So I don't think, to be honest, from my memory, it wasn't really too much talk about the penalties. It shouldn't have got to the penalties in the first place. So the talk was more to do with the performance and how we should have capitalised when we were winning. But like you say, such a good dressing room. Once the results finished at 6 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, there's nothing really evening. There's not much we can do about it then. So give yourself Sunday. We came back in Monday, and it's forgotten about, and we get on with Wrexham.
It's been touched on already, but obviously Terry Skiverson left this week and left a fairly big hole in the coaching department, it's fair to say. Do you find yourself as one of the sort of senior players, leaders within the group, sort of stepping up, taking on a few little extra off-the-pitch roles? Are you picking up extra cones, filling up extra water bottles to kind of fill the void?
When you said off the pitch, in terms of in the stadium where we kind of stay, not so much really, but yeah, like in training and stuff, just some of the lads have jumped in and out with the warm-ups and just the man that we're training with, sometimes 25 lads, so the manager can't deal with that all himself. So if he's having a chat over one side, me, Wilco, and the senior boys can kind of, Rubes can have a chat. The other side, it's kind of just like passing on experience, but which like I said, I have enjoyed. But we are missing a massive hole now. Obviously Terry was amazing. You don't stay. I don't know any person who stayed in a club for 22 years, so that is phenomenal. So there's obviously a reason why that is because of his standards. So we will we will miss him. I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't go so well at Charlton and he comes back, if I'm quite honest. But there's we're reminded that he's still here anyway, because every time we drive in, there's a 30-foot picture of him celebrating a win on the side of the stadium. So he's not. I don't think he's going to get forgotten too quick.
No, we won't be forgetting him at all. One final thing for me then, please. There was a statement this week from a group that are proposing a takeover at Yeovil Town Football Club, and I was doing a little research. You were at Bolton whilst there were off the field things happening, and I noted that you spoke quite freely and quite honestly about communication with players and lack thereof. This has been rumbling on off the pitch for a little while now. Have you, as one of the senior members of the squad, had any updates from the manager, from the owner? Are you getting communications as to things off the field with regards to your future? If not, do you think you should be?
Absolutely. Well, we haven't been. No, we haven't. Should we? I'm not sure the answer to that question, to be quite honest. Now, at Bolton, that was affecting me very, very much, as we hadn't been paid for kind of 3 months. So that news was probably the most important news that I needed to know. It's very different here because everything's fine in terms of anything below the owners. Everything's running smoothly, other than we lost Terry. Everything's running smoothly. Everyone's here. Everyone's training. We're getting on with things. Games coming thick and fast. That's our department, and that's what we concentrate on. When I came in and the manager kind of said, I think the first time I heard about it, the manager said, "Listen, don't worry about the takeover," in the dressing room, saying to the lads, "Don't worry." And I was thinking, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about it, so then I was like, right, takeover. But no, we're not getting information. Don't think the manager is either, and it's way above our pay grade really, and we just let it happen. I couldn't tell you whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest, whether it does get taken over or not. But it's irrelevant to us. We've got games to win, and that's the only thing we need to do. Whether we've got this owner or the next owner, it doesn't make any difference.
It's good that it hasn't been a distraction then to you. You can just get on with the job.
Yeah, and I think that's the way it's been designed, to be honest. I think I think that's the way it's been honest. I believe that the statement was put out was to kind of relax fans and kind of have a bit of stability and say, look, don't worry, it's getting taken over and this, that and the other. But that's fine for the fans, but it's not ideal for the players, because we just need to be concentrating on winning, really.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Best of luck. Go well on Saturday.
Nice one.